Aquarius, what happens to you on July 21st is not a coincidence. It's the moment your soul has been quietly preparing for. And if you miss this message, you might miss the sign your whole spirit has been waiting to hear. Welcome back, beautiful soul. Today we're exploring why your awakening is reaching a powerful turning point, what signs the universe is placing directly in your path, and how to align yourself with the energy that's arriving right now. Stay until the very end, because the final message may be the most important one you hear all year. 1. Why your soul has been preparing for this moment, Aquarius. No awakening happens overnight. What's unfolding in you right now didn't begin today. It began long before you even had the language to describe it. It began in the quiet nights when you couldn't sleep, your mind circling questions no one around you seemed to be asking. It began in the moments you felt out of step with the world, wondering why you saw things differently, why you felt things more deeply, why the ordinary version of life never quite fit the shape of your spirit. You have carried a strange kind of loneliness, not the loneliness of having no one around you, but the loneliness of being surrounded by people who couldn't quite meet you where you were. You have sat in rooms full of noise and still felt like the only one who could hear the silence underneath it. That feeling was not a flaw. It was the first whisper of your awakening, arriving long before you had a name for it. Think about the lessons that have repeated in your life. The same kind of relationship, arriving in different faces. The same kind of disappointment, wearing a different mask. The same test of patience, of trust, of self-worth, showing up again and again until you finally understood what it was trying to teach you. That repetition wasn't punishment, it was refinement. The universe doesn't waste your pain. It uses it to carve away everything that isn't truly you, until what remains is unmistakably, undeniably yours. Every heartbreak you didn't ask for, every plan that fell apart at the exact moment you thought it was finally coming together. Every friendship that quietly faded, every door that closed before you even understood why you wanted it open. All of it was preparation, not punishment. Preparation. Your soul has been in training, Aquarius, learning to release what it no longer needs so it could finally hold what it was always meant to carry. And here is the part that matters most. You didn't just survive those moments. You grew through them. Somewhere between the confusion and the clarity, between the falling apart and the putting back together, you became someone new. Someone steadier, someone wiser, someone who can finally recognize truth when it appears, because you've spent so long learning to tell it apart from illusion. That is why July 21st matters. Not because it's magic, not because it's random, but because it arrives exactly when you are finally ready to receive it. Everything you've endured has been quietly building toward this exact turning point. And today, the preparation ends and the unfolding begins. 2. The powerful signs the universe is sending. The universe rarely announces itself loudly. It speaks in whispers, in patterns, in small moments that feel too precise to be coincidence. And today, Aquarius, those whispers are growing louder around you, if you know how to listen. You may notice repeating numbers appearing in unexpected places, on a clock, a receipt, a license plate, a notification. These aren't random glitches in your day. They are gentle confirmations, little nods from the universe letting you know you are exactly where you're meant to be. Right on schedule with a timeline your conscious mind can't fully see yet. You may find your dreams becoming unusually vivid, strange, symbolic, almost too real to shake off when you wake. Your subconscious is doing important work right now, processing old wounds, rehearsing new beginnings, and speaking to you in the one language that bypasses your defenses completely. Pay attention to how those dreams make you feel, not just what happens in them. The emotion is the message. Unexpected encounters may start to feel meaningful in a way they haven't before. A stranger's comment that lands too perfectly, an old friend reappearing out of nowhere, a conversation that seems to answer a question you never said out loud. These aren't accidents. They are the universe using other people as messengers, placing exactly the right words in front of you at exactly the right time. Your intuition may feel sharper, louder, harder to ignore. That quiet, inner knowing you've second-guessed for years is finally getting easier to trust, because you're finally getting quiet enough to hear it clearly. If something inside you is nudging you toward or away from a person, a decision, a path, listen closely. That nudge is not fear, it's guidance. You may also feel sudden waves of emotion arriving without obvious explanation. Tears that surface out of nowhere, a heaviness that lifts without warning, a memory that resurfaces just to be released. This is not instability, Aquarius. This is your body finally letting go of what your mind has been holding on to for far too long. Every release is making room for something lighter to take its place. And then there's the clarity. The strange, sudden sense of understanding, something you've struggled with for months, maybe years, arriving all at once, like fog lifting off a familiar road. That clarity is not luck. It's the reward for everything you've endured. The universe is not testing you anymore. It's answering you. 3. The old version of you is finally ending, Aquarius. Something inside you is quietly closing, and it's supposed to. Endings are not always loss. Sometimes an ending is simply your soul outgrowing a version of itself that no longer fits who you're becoming. Think about the fears you've carried for so long. They started to feel like personality traits instead of wounds. The fear of not being enough. The fear of being truly seen and somehow rejected for it. The fear of trusting fully, only to be left holding the pieces alone. Those fears kept you safe once, but safety and growth rarely live in the same place, and right now, your soul is choosing growth. Think about the beliefs you inherited without ever choosing them. The idea that you have to earn rest, that love has to be complicated to be real, that your sensitivity is somehow too much for this world. Those beliefs were never truths. They were old stories, absorbed long before you had the wisdom to question them. And one by one, quietly, they are beginning to dissolve. There may be relationships in your life that have started to feel different lately. Not necessarily broken, but misaligned. Conversations that used to feel easy now feel like effort. People who once understood you now seem to be speaking a language you've outgrown. This isn't failure, Aquarius. It's evidence of your evolution. You're not leaving people behind out of cruelty. You are simply growing into a frequency that not everyone is ready to meet you at. You may also be releasing burdens that were never truly yours to carry. Guilt that belonged to someone else's choices. Responsibility for emotions you didn't create. The exhausting habit of shrinking yourself to keep others comfortable. Letting these go doesn't make you selfish. It makes you finally, fully yourself. And beneath all of it, an old identity is quietly stepping aside. The version of you that survived by staying small, by staying cautious, by staying quiet about what you truly wanted. That version served its purpose. It kept you safe through seasons you weren't ready to face any other way. But that season is ending now. And every ending you're living through is simply clearing space for someone stronger, steadier, and far more aligned with your truth to finally step forward. 4. The new spiritual path. Opening before you now, Aquarius. Let's talk about what's arriving, because something beautiful is opening in front of you. Even if you can't fully see its shape yet, new opportunities are beginning to align in ways that will feel less like chasing and more like arriving. Doors that once felt sealed shut may start opening with surprising ease, not because you're forcing anything, but because you have finally become someone those doors were waiting for. Trust that timing. What's meant for you was never going to come early. It was only ever going to come now. New relationships may begin to enter your life. Connections that feel less like effort and more like recognition. as though you're simply remembering someone your soul already knew. And if you're already in meaningful relationships, this turning point may deepen them, stripping away old miscommunication and replacing it with a new, more honest closeness. Your sense of purpose is likely to sharpen. That quiet question you've been asking yourself, what am I actually here to do, may start to answer itself, not all at once, but through small, undeniable moments of alignment. A conversation that sparks something. An idea that won't leave you alone. A pull towards something you once dismissed as just a dream. Follow it. Your confidence is shifting too. Not the loud, performative kind, but the quiet, grounded kind. The confidence of someone who has finally stopped apologizing for who they are. That kind of confidence changes how you carry yourself, how people respond to you, and how much space you finally allow yourself to take up in your own life. Abundance may begin to show up in ways beyond just material things. Abundance of peace, abundance of clarity, abundance of people who see you clearly and love what they see. And beneath all of it, a deeper inner peace is settling in, the kind that doesn't depend on your circumstances being perfect, only on you finally being aligned with yourself. Trust divine timing, Aquarius. Nothing about this path is late. It is arriving exactly when you're ready to hold it. 5. How to fully embrace this turning point. So how do you meet this moment, Aquarius? Not by chasing it, but by aligning with it. Start by trusting your intuition, even when it doesn't come with proof. That quiet inner voice has been right more often than you've given it credit for. Let it lead, especially now. Practice gratitude, even for the parts of this season that felt difficult. Gratitude doesn't deny the hardship, it simply refuses to let the hardship have the final word. What you appreciate expands, and right now, you want more of what's good to expand in your life. Protect your energy fiercely. Not everyone needs access to this new version of you, and that's not unkind, it's wise. Choose carefully who you share your healing with, and don't be afraid to create distance from anything that drains the peace you've worked so hard to build. Release fear the moment you notice it rising. You don't have to fight it, simply notice it, breathe through it, and remind yourself that you have survived every hard season that came before this one. This one is no different. Stay patient. Growth doesn't arrive all at once, no matter how ready you feel. Let this unfold at its own pace, trusting that every day you show up for yourself is a day this turning point moves closer to completion. Journal your insights as they come. Some of the clarity arriving right now is fragile. It slips away if you don't capture it. Write it down. Your future self will need to remember what your present self is finally understanding. Meditate, even for a few quiet minutes a day. Give your spirit the silence it needs to keep speaking to you clearly. And stay open. Open to unexpected blessings. Open to good things arriving in unfamiliar forms. Open to a version of your life that looks different from what you originally planned, but feels infinitely more like home. Before we move forward, repeat this affirmation aloud, right where you are. I am ready. I release what no longer serves me, and I welcome the version of myself that is finally arriving. I trust this timing. I trust this path. I trust myself. Aquarius, today is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a brand new chapter, one your soul has been quietly writing all along. This turning point is only the first page. If you're ready to accept this new energy, type "I am ready" in the comments below and let the universe know you're listening. If this message resonated with you, give it a like, subscribe for more Aquarius spiritual guidance, and turn on notifications so you never miss a message meant just for you. Wherever you are right now, take a breath and carry this with you. You are exactly where you're meant to be, becoming exactly who you're meant to become. May you walk forward in peace, in clarity, and in the quiet, unshakable knowing that your awakening has only just begun.